Up ahead, learn what fast fashion truly is and the bad effects that come with it.
Watch how CPHS choir students put on their annual coffee shop performance.
Plus your top 3 things, a sports report, and a brand new scholarship of the week.
Turn it up because the Wolfcast starts now. Good morning, Cedar Park. I'm Abby Martinez, joined by Jack Polshik and Katie Whitmarsh.
We all love to shop, and these days the newest styles and clothes are cheaper than ever.
You can snag a dress for $4, which is about the same price of a vanilla latte at Starbucks. However, finding fashion cheap comes at a high price. Reporter Reagan Hill has more.
Thanks, Katie. Buying clothes has never been easier. According to The Economist, 80 billion items are manufactured every year, and the average American throws away 81 pounds of clothing yearly. So what really is fast fashion, and why is it so bad for the world? Do you know what fast fashion is?
No.
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 No. No? Do you know what fast fashion is?
Sorry, no.
No.
No. No, what is that?
Fast fashion is defined as inexpensive clothing produced rapidly by mass market retailers in response to the latest trends. Fast fashion makes shopping for clothes much more affordable, but has an enormous environmental footprint for both its production and disposal. Junior and fashion design student Sandra Ziegler explains the cons of fast fashion.
Fashion and garments are created in these factories with, bad paying conditions, bad conditions in general, and then the garments are taken and shipped to these bigger corporations that then make money off of selling this accessible fashion. And it also leads to the idea of buying an item and then wearing it for however long and then throwing it away, instead of being sustainable and picking items that you can use for further use or you can repurpose into other things.
Obscene amount of clothes, stealing independent designers' ideas, low wages, unsafe working conditions, harassment, and factory workers sewing pleas of help into their clothing. These are only a few of the cons that are a result of large brands making fast fashion. Through an Instagram poll, I asked CPHS students if they have ever shopped from a fast fashion brand, and out of 103 students, 95 respond that they have. When asked the question if they have stopped buying from fast fashion brands, 42% said that they have stopped supporting them. With all of these cons taken into consideration, many teens are trying to find a more ethical and eco-friendly method for buying their clothes.
Thrifting, you're pretty much just taking used clothing and you can wash it and stuff, of course, but it's helping the environment by causing less pollution, causing less manufacturing and all that stuff. I go to Goodwill, Salvation Army. Sometimes I go to eBay, look at used clothing from there.
Another form that you can avoid fast fashion is through reselling items. Websites like Depop are really good for that. And obviously, if you want to get into fashion design, creating your own outfits is really fun.
The next time you go out to buy some new clothes or shoes, think about what you're truly buying and how to spend your money ethically and sustainably when you can. With CPHS News, I'm Reagan Hill. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Reagan.
I know there's lots of good thrift stores in downtown Austin that I'll go to all the time, and then there's also some right around the corner Savers and Goodwill. Definitely, I think we need to go to those more often.
Yeah, honestly, some of my favorite clothes in my closet are thrifted.
Yeah,
and you can find name brand stuff. Just because you're thrifting doesn't mean that you have to if you're someone who likes brand things, but yeah, I think it's definitely a better option.
Yeah.
This Wednesday was choir's annual coffee shop event at Black Sugar Cafe. Every November, CPHS choir students gather around to sing in a local Cedar Park coffee shop. This year's event happened at Black Sugar, a local coffee shop near Vandals. This event enabled CPHS choir students to share their passion of singing with the community around them. Junior Charlotte Newman explains the impact this event has had on the community.
It really lets us get known to the community because it is open to the public in the coffee shop. It's a really important tradition because it lets everyone feel that they have a voice in the program, that they are able to share their talents, and it also lets everyone else get to know each other's voices, and it's just a really great way to bond with everyone in the program.
If you're interested in attending, the next coffee shop event will happen next year around the Thanksgiving season.
Now we throw it over to reporter Lois Wachowski with your top 3 things for today.
Thanks, y'all. Good morning, Cedar Park. I'm Ross Leskowski, and here's your top 3 things you need to know for today. First, another death has been reported in the Astroworld crowd surge. 9-year-old Ezra Blount of Dallas died Sunday at Texas Children's Hospital in Houston. Family attorney Ben Crump said Ezra was placed in a medically induced coma after suffering serious injuries in the November 5th crush of fans during a performance by the festival's headliner, rapper Travis Scott. He is the 10th person who attended the festival to die. Next, former El Paso Congressman Beto O'Rourke officially announced his bid for governor on Monday, making him the only Democrat to challenge Republican incumbent Governor Greg Abbott to date. O'Rourke was quoted as saying, quote, "I'm running to try to help bring this state together to focus on the really big things that most Texans want us to do, like make sure that we have world-class public schools and that the best jobs are being created in America are being created right here in Texas. But what we have right now, instead of in Texas, under Greg Abbott, is this very divisive kind of politics that has kept us apart and fighting over things like abortion or the permitless carry gun laws or which middle school girls can play which sports. I want this state to get back to doing the big things, the big, bold version of Texas that used to define this state." End quote. O'Rourke previously came within 2 percentage points of the incumbent Republican U.S. Senator Ted Cruz in 2018. He then jumped into the crowded Democratic presidential primary in March 2019 before suspending his campaign 8 months later. Finally, a Southwest Airlines employee was assaulted by a passenger and hospitalized on Saturday after an altercation resulted in 32-year-old Arielle Jean Jackson being asked to leave the plane. As she was exiting, Jackson got into another verbal altercation with a second agent and struck her with a closed fist on the head, the statement said. Jackson was charged with aggravated assault, Dallas police say. Jail records show she's being held on a $10,000 bond. CNN has not been able to identify an attorney for Jackson at this time. The employee was transported to a local hospital and released on Saturday evening, according to Southwest email. She's at home resting, the airline reported. And that's all I have for you today, Cedar Park. With CPHS News, I'm Ross Leskowski. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Ross.
Are you in need of a new scholarship? Then Carver McDonald has you covered.
Hello, Cedar Park High School and Carver McDonald Scholarship Poll prides itself on making applying for scholarships easier than you ever deserve it. Scholarship is available for all U.S. students who are ages 16 and older and are high school or college students. No easy required. Award amount is $2,222. A third monthly. The total dollars award for this scholarship is $12,000. Check out the page for a list of the easy scholarships to enter.
Thanks, Carver. Coming up, we have your sports report with Katie and Kaysen, but first, these announcements.
FCCLA, and you're watching the Wolfcast.
Hello, Cedar Park, and welcome back to the Wolfcast Sports Report. I'm Katie Whitmarsh.
And I'm Kaysen Johnson.
First up, what a weekend we had. On Friday, our football team took home the title of by-district champs after beating Johnson High School in overtime.
It was an intense matchup for sure, but the end of regulation, we were sitting at a tie of 29-29. The Black Rain went into overtime strong and came out with a win of 42-36.
An amazing job for sure. This Friday, they advanced to round 2 of playoffs, which will be against Angleton High School from outside of Houston, Texas. The game will be a close matchup, but we are ready.
Catch the game this Friday at 7 p.m. at the Waller ISD Stadium. We hope to see you there.
Our girls basketball team competed in the Austin Bowie basketball tournament this past weekend and won the championship game against 6A Duncanville. Congrats and good job to all the players and coaches. That's all we have for you today with CPHS News. I'm Katie Whitmarsh.
I'm Kaysen Johnson.
That's all we have for you today. Catch tomorrow's show for info on the Tara Joe Nurse Clinic and a new HOSA Health Minute.
Thanks for taking time to join us this morning.
With CPHS News, I'm Jack Polishuk.
And I'm Abby Martinez. We're going to make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.